So I'm here today finally answering all of your questions that you have asked me about my rainbow hair. So the questions I'm going to go over is how I wash my hair, how I maintain the colour, how long the colour lasts, does it bleed when I wash my hair, how I do my retouches, all that jazz. I'm going to be answering for you guys today. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would honestly mean the world to me, so make sure you subscribe, become a part of the family. Also, don't forget to check out the description box below. If you just look down there now, you will see links to all of my social media stuff, so make sure you go and check me out on those because you'll get sneak peeks of new videos and just what's going on in my life. So we'll start off with probably the most asked question. How do I wash my hair and how do I stop the colour from bleeding? Firstly, I will link you guys to the rainbow hair tutorial that I have done if you guys haven't seen it already, because that will go through how I did it. So in that video, you see that before I do my colour, I have shampooed my hair. No conditioner, only shampoo. And I've dried it off 100%. Now my hair is very thick, very coarse and very dry naturally. So me having no conditioner in my hair and just shampooing it, oh yeah. It's not the best. It doesn't look the healthiest, but it doesn't mean that my hair's not healthy. It just means that I literally have no conditioner in it. That was done prior to colouring. Then I applied the colour, and then once the colour had all been processed, I rinsed it off. So I rinsed it off with kind of cool to lukewarm water. So this is the stage where your hair has the highest chance of bleeding into the other colours. So at this stage I rinsed my hair off very separately and I just basically shoved my head under and just piece by piece really softly rinsed out those colours. That way all the colours stayed separate, they didn't bleed at all, and I still was left with this gorgeous result at the end. After that I applied conditioner and then just rinsed that off as well. So the shampoo and conditioner that I have been using, there's two different types. One is the main type I've been using, which is this baby. This is just from Woolworths, just a supermarket here in Australia. It is the Natural Instincts Natural Shampoo. I've got the conditioner in this same range. This is the Nettle Elderflower and Burdock. It cleanses, nourishes and adds shine. So the good thing about this is obviously it's cruelty free, it's vegan, pH balanced, and it has no sulfates, no petrochemicals, no parabens, no artificial colours, no silicons, obviously no animal derivatives, no PABAs or EDTAs, or no mineral oils. So most of the things that can make your hair, like sulfate, make the colour fade, this stuff doesn't have. So it is a sulfate-free shampoo. Trying to spin it around, and honestly I think this has made a really big difference with my colour lasting and the colour not bleeding. Also, another shampoo I have used, I've got the shampoo and conditioner in this range. This is from Irresistible Me. This is the company where I get my hair extensions from. I also do make hair tutorials for their YouTube channel as well. This is their Liquid Gold shampoo. It's got pure argan oil. It is cruelty free and it is amazing, especially for hair extensions as well. This stuff is just incredible. So yeah, that is a shampoo and conditioner that I have been using, and yeah, I've been having amazing results. So every other time that I wash my hair, everyone's just been asking how it doesn't bleed. Obviously I use those shampoos and conditioners. I wash it normally in normal temperature water and it's been fine. It hasn't bled at all. Obviously every time you wash your hair, especially with colours like this, the colours will fade and they will, you know, not be as vibrant, but they haven't all muddled or bled together, because so many comments I was getting was your hair's going to end up brown, but that is definitely not the case. Alright, next question is how long does the colour last? Obviously the colour will last depending on how you look after it and depending on how many times you wash your hair or use heat tools on it. I wash my hair roughly about once a week, which is pretty much ideal for your hair. I know a lot of people might think that's really gross, but honestly the less you wash your hair, the more natural oils and the healthier your hair is going to be. I know a lot of you out there are like, my hair's so oily, I have to wash it every day. What actually happens is it goes into a vicious cycle. So the more you wash your hair, the more your scalp thinks it's dehydrated and produces more oil, making your hair oilier, making you want to wash your hair more. So it's basically a vicious cycle, but once you break out of that cycle, which is going to be hard at first, your hair will thank you for it. So I wash my hair about once a week. Pretty much every time I wash my hair, I can see the color get diminished. Obviously the first shampoo after my fresh color, my color is still very vibrant after that, but I would say every wash after that, it kind of gets diminished a fair bit. Now I purposely haven't retouched my color for quite a while because I wanted to show you guys what it's like. So as you guys can see, it is very, very faded. Even looking at the top here, this has been about 5 weeks since retouching my color. So in that time, I've probably washed my hair 5 to 6 times roughly. So that is how long it has lasted. So obviously on this side it is faded a fair bit. The thing that I find quite difficult is the colors fade at different rates. So the yellow and the pink will fade out so much faster than what the blue and the green will, which can be pretty frustrating. Obviously all this bit here was pink and that has pretty much faded back to my original mint color that my hair was prior to going rainbow. With my hair extensions, obviously I do not wash these very often, so the color in these have not been retouched since I first did it, and the color is still very vibrant and very amazing. As well, as I said, with heat tools, using heat tools can definitely diminish the color of your hair, especially if you've got colors like this in your hair. It does fade the colors as well. So depending on how much you wash your hair, what products you use, how much you use heat is going to depend on how long your hair color lasts. Also, it will depend on the texture of your hair and what color your hair was prior to doing these types of colors. Another question I get asked a lot is what products did I use? Again, if you guys watch my rainbow hair tutorial, I share with you guys exactly what colors I used, what color names I used, my mixations, all that jazz, but all the colour that I used was Lariche Directions, and I used a little bit of fudge colour for the yellow as well, and they are basically semi-permanent colours, no ammonia, no peroxide, they're just like the staining colours. So they are very, very gentle on the hair. It's basically like a conditioning treatment every time you colour your hair. How often do I retouch my hair? I'm at the stage now where I'm due to retouch my hair. So it has faded a fair bit, but I haven't wanted to retouch it because I wanted to share with you guys kind of how it looked once it was quite faded. It's because I work 1 week on, 1 week off. If I know that on break I want to retouch my hair, that week at work I try and fade out the colour as much as I can. I'll wash it a fair bit. I will wash it with some bicarb soda mixed in with my shampoo. I will go swimming in chlorine. Basically all the nasty things that you're not really meant to do to coloured hair, I do just to try and get that colour out as much as I can. Then at the end of that, my hair is just very faded, it's quite wishy-washy. I just go in with the colours and just try and match up section by section as best I can. Obviously at the back it doesn't really work that well because I can't see what's at the back, but I did do an experiment. Basically my hair was just faded out completely. It was just looking disgusting. I'm like, right, I'm not going to stick to section by section. I'm just going to colour the whole thing in new colours in different sections, and I added a lot more yellow and it still turned out beautifully. So you don't have to fade it completely back to white to redo it. My hair was pretty much just like it is now and it was still coloured amazingly. When it comes to retouching my regrowth, I do that probably once every 2 months or so, or a little bit shorter. It's basically the same goes. I do have a tutorial on how to re-bleach your regrowth for blondes, full scalp bleach. It's quite a long video and it's a lot of information, but it is information that you need to know, especially when you're dealing with bleach. So basically I go through, do my full head bleach just on my regrowth, leave all the ends out, process that colour, rinse it off, and then go back in, just as I said before, with the normal colours and just retouch it all in the one go and it's done. Another question I get asked a lot is if I have changed the colours or added more of a certain colour. Obviously every time I recolour it I will change the pattern just a little bit, and as well every time I clip in my extensions I can clip them in slightly differently. Depending on how I clip them in will depend on what kind of finished result it is. So it's quite versatile that way, which I think is pretty cool. Another question I get asked a lot is if my husband likes it. He loves it, and in my opinion, even if he hated it, I'd still do it. I remember ages ago when I'm like, oh, should I do my hair pink, purple and blue, like when I did have that coloured hair, And I was talking to my husband about it, and he's like, well, you wouldn't be you if you didn't do it. So he's very, very supportive of pretty much anything I want to do with it. Another question I highly get asked is what I do for a job, what type of job would allow this type of hair color. I have spoken about my job a fair bit in the past in previous videos, but for any new people to my channel or new people that are watching this, I will tell you guys, I don't really have a conventional job. So lucky for me, as I already mentioned, I work 1 week on, 1 week off. I work in one of the largest open cut gold mines in Australia as a Caterpillar 16M grader operator. So when I'm at work, I don't wear makeup, I do not brush my hair, I'm wearing high vis, steel cap boots, and I'm pretty much just there to do my job for 12 hours and then I'll go home. My work doesn't really care about appearances, it doesn't care about tattoos, it doesn't care about coloured hair, makeup, no makeup, whatever. It's just you're there to do your job and then you go home. My job obviously before that was a qualified hairdresser, so even if I was still hairdressing, this hair colour would be fine. But I know that a lot of people that are with corporate kind of jobs or jobs dealing with clients or whatever, their work doesn't really allow it, so that kind of sucks for you guys. But yeah, for me, it doesn't matter. How long does it take me to do? It doesn't actually take me that long. It takes me about half an hour to apply the colour. In my rainbow hair video, that whole application was about half an hour. Another question was, how do you keep the colours separate when you have applied them? Just the way I did it in the tutorial, that's going to keep it separate. Even if the colours do touch, not going to be any transfer. Obviously, if you squish them and rub them together, that's when you get transfer. But them just kind of loosely laying next to each other, it's not going to matter that much. And once the colour is all rinsed off, even if there was a little bit of transfer, you're not going to see it anyway. But if you really are worried about it, you can wrap each section up in foil just so, they stay more separate. Another question I get asked a lot is, will this colour work on darker hair? Answer is not really. You may get a little bit of a tinge of colour in the sunlight, but honestly, if you want the colour to come out the way I have got it, your hair has got to be blonde. I get asked as well is if my own hair is rainbow or if it's just all my fake extensions. Well, for those people, you see this here? That's growing out of my scalp. That's my own hair. So yes, my own hair is rainbow as well as my extensions. The last question I get asked a lot is what extensions I have. These are Irresistible Me hair extensions. These were the Royal Remy Platinum Blonde extensions, 200 grams in weight and 20 inches in length. I do have a discount code for them, which is Irresistible Jade, and you get 10% off everything on their website. So hopefully that has answered all of your questions. If there's any questions I haven't answered, comment them down below. Also, I will leave a comment below as well with any more FAQs that I've forgotten. I will answer them in that comment below, so make sure you check that if there's a question that I haven't answered that you're about to ask, but just check down there. Oh my gosh, I'm confusing myself. Just check down there to see if I've answered it already. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope this has answered your questions, and yeah, love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!